I'm Maria Palozola, a top 50 LPGA teaching professional and the Director of Instruction for the Midwest Golf Lab here in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm out here today at beautiful Peevely Farms Golf Club with a few minutes to spend with you. And what I'd like to do is fix what I feel is one of the most common swing faults in the game of golf. So I'm going to help you guess what that might be. If I had $1 million, if this bag right here was filled with $1 million, and I was going to give it to you if you told me what you feel is the most common complaint that us teaching professionals hear when golfers walk across the tee line, what would you say? Oh, come on, it's easy. A slice, right? 85% of golfers slice the ball. Now, a slice isn't all that bad if you know how to play it and if you hit the ball long enough. But for the average player, especially higher handicappers, it can be awfully hard to control and you lose a lot of distance. So there are a lot of shots that spin to the right. They're not necessarily all true slices. So let's clarify that. Let's look at some of the things that cause a ball to spin to the right. So we're going to talk about grip first. And if we have a weak grip where our hands are turned over to the left, what will happen as we come through the shot is we'll hold the club face open, causing the ball to shoot out to the right. We can also have poor forearm rotation. What I mean by that is as I come through the shot, if I don't rotate my forearms, the club face won't release and square up, and again, I'll leave shots to the right. We could also have poor alignment. If I aim my body to the right or my shoulders to the right, the ball's most likely to go there. But the opposite is true. If I aim to the left and my shoulders aim to the left, I could come outside in, putting a left to right spin on the ball. So club face, alignment, and then swing path. We're going to talk about swing path right now, or swing plane, are three major factors in spinning your ball to the right. With my swing plane, I can make two errors. I can come too far inside out, blocking or pushing the ball to the right, or I can come too far outside in, cutting across the ball, making the spin back to the right. So there's a lot of different contributing factors to making the ball go to the right. But what a true slice is when the ball starts left and spins to the right. So I'll repeat that. The ball starts left and spins to the right. In order to do that, I pretty much have to be coming outside in or across the ball. Now, most of you already know this. You hear about swing plane, you hear about club face, and I don't want to undermine the importance of club face. On a 9.5 driver, stiff shaft, swung at 100 miles an hour, with the club face only 2 degrees open, the ball's going to go 16 yards offline. But you've heard a lot of tips on club face, you've heard a lot of tips on swing plane, and I believe what is just overlooked completely, and it's either not addressed because it's too difficult to fix, or it's not addressed because it's misunderstood, is the reverse pivot. Now, there's actually 3 reverse pivots in the game of golf. There's a pivot where the person loads their upper body correctly, but their lower body shoots back to the left. Then another reverse pivot, the player slides to the right with their hips, their lower body, causing their upper body to move to the left. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. The body always wants to balance itself. And then the third reverse pivot, simply the player falling back, pivoting back onto their right side. So what we're going to talk about, what I feel the most common one, is when a player actually sways or slides with their lower body, causing their left shoulder to dip and their spine to tilt back to the right. From this position here, what happens is the right shoulder wants to move forward, stays up too high, and then we throw the club outside in or over the top, causing the ball to slice. So what we want to focus on today is learning how to stabilize the lower body, yet get the upper body loaded up properly. Our main focus is on the spine. We want to make sure that the spine is tilted a little bit to the right at the top of the swing. I feel that you should properly get your upper body, particularly your upper spine, loaded behind the ball, allowing your right shoulder to then drop down to the inside. Your arms will follow. Remember, the inside always moves the outside. So if we focus on what your core is doing, your arms and club face are basically going to follow that. So I believe you should properly load your upper body, learn to drop it down to the inside, from there release. I'm also a big proponent of overcorrecting. So you'll see that a lot of my drills here might seem a little bit excessive. I would say go ahead, if you've done this error for years and years, overcorrect it, fix it, get rid of it, leave it in your rearview mirror, and then we're going to have some fun because you're going to start to see a different side of the golf course. So here's a few drills for you for correcting that reverse pivot. First one we're going to do is we're simply going to stand, and I'll get a golf ball here. We're simply going to stand with our right foot lined up with the golf ball. By staying on one foot, it's actually going to help us with 2 things. It's really awfully hard for me to sway on one foot. So I'm going to learn to stabilize and stay centered. The other thing it's going to do is it's going to prevent me from dipping or tilting to the left, because then I'm going to fall over. So I'm going to learn to stay on my right side, keep my upper spine behind the ball, drop my shoulders and arms down into the slot, and then release from there. Very simple drill. Another variation of that drill, we're going to take a range basket and we're simply going to put it under our left foot. Okay? When we set up to a ball, if our alignment is correct in our posture, our right hand grip is lower than our left. Because of that, our right shoulder is lower than our left. Therefore, we want our hips to run parallel to our shoulders at address. This drill really helps you feel that, really helps you feel a high left side, a low right side. I recommend teeing the ball up just a little bit when you're doing this, but again, it's going to help you load your body to the right, your upper body to the right, and swing down to the inside. Now, the third drill, and my absolute favorite, and a drill that my students hate, is the stability ball. What we're going to actually have you do is straddle the ball. Yeah, you might feel like you're laying an egg, but it really, really does work. So we're going to use the stability ball to stabilize. We're going to keep our lower body out of the swing. This is going to allow you to feel the proper rotation of your upper body. When you're swaying, you feel a lot of hips and your left shoulder dips. Your left shoulder does not get behind the ball properly. Okay, so what I'd like you to do, stand flat-footed, squeeze the ball, apply some pressure, and simply turn your shoulders back and try to get your left shoulder well behind the ball. Again, feeling a tilt. If you're in the correct position at the top of the swing, your chest is going to point down to the ground. If your chest points up to the sky, then you're reverse pivoting. So use a mirror. See if you can see yourself in that mirror and check that out. So there we have it. We know a common error is a slice. Now we know what a true slice really is. We know that it's a path and plane issue with those two things combined. We're going to get to the root cause. What is affecting our plane or our path to get off? And it's your core. If you can control what the inside does, you'll control what the outside does. So try to get a stable lower body, try to load up with your upper body, and see if that doesn't help you come much more from the inside, hitting a nice straight ball or a draw. Thank you very much. I enjoyed spending this time with you, and I hope to see you on the Golf Channel. Hi, I'm Maria Palozola, top 50 LPGA teaching professional and Director of Instruction at the Midwest Golf Lab in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm going to help you today with your lofted chip shot. This is a shot when you need to carry over a little bit of fairway or maybe a bunker, get it on the green and let it run. We're going to keep things very, very simple here. Basically, you're going to stand with your feet a club head apart, line the ball up in the middle, choke down for control, set up to the ball and lean just a little bit on your left side. Now what we're going to do is what I call hinge and hold. We're going to make a hinge immediately with your wrist, and we're going to hold that hinge through the shot, finishing low. Very important on chipping and any short game shot to hit down. So again, we're going to hinge and hold, finish low. Make sure that your hands keep accelerating through the shot. Very, very important. If your hands start to slow down or decelerate, what's going to happen, the club head's going to take over, you're going to get that dreaded flip. So go ahead, set up to it, hinge, hold, accelerate, and enjoy those nice crisp chip shots. Thank you very much.